Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to PPI Hall University of Merdeka, Malang. In order to socialize the effectiveness of group counseling in an educational settings. First of all, I want to say thank you for coming today, and I hope you all can follow until the end. Okay. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Alvin Andrean. I'm a psychology and English program student from University of Merdeka, Malang, where today I'm responsible as a presenter in this socialization. In today's presentation, I'd like to give you some information, some education about the effectiveness of group counseling in an educational settings. And if you have any question, don't be hesitate to ask me. Please, but for hand, please keep them until the end because we have a special time for question section at the end. And of course, I'll do my best to answer them. Okay, what we'll talk about in today's presentation? Okay, I'd like to cover 5 points. Firstly, I will talk about understanding and meaning of counseling group. Then I'll explain about several group approaches. And after that, I'll move to some kind of strengths and weaknesses of this counseling group. And I will take up about group counseling interaction, I mean. And finally, I'll quickly recap or summarize my presentation. Okay, I'd like to start with looking at group counseling understanding. What is group counseling? According to Gesda, 19 and 1889, group counseling is a dynamic interpersonal process focusing on conscious thought and behavior and involving the therapy function of permissiveness, orientation to reality, catharsis, and mutual trust, caring understanding, acceptance, and support. Let's take a look to the therapy function. This therapy function are created and nurtured in a small group through sharing of personal concern with one's peer and the counselor. So that's an overview of group counseling understanding and meaning. Now let's move on to group approaches. Group approaches, what else? There are actually many group approaches. Some forms of psychosocial intervention that use a group approach are group psychotherapy, group counseling, and group discussions. The group approaches can be distinguished according to their types as follows. Firstly, group psychotherapy. Group psychotherapy is assistance provided by psychotherapists to clients to overcome personality and interpersonal dysfunction using emotional interaction in small groups. Can be underlined group psychotherapy ini can be underlined that group psychotherapy is provided by psychotherapists to clients to overcome personality and interpersonal dysfunction. Just for personality and interpersonal dysfunction. Okay, secondly, group counseling. Group counseling is a therapeutic group implemented to help clients overcome problems related to everyday life. And thirdly, focus group discussion. Focus group discussion is a discussion activity brainstorming several people on specific topics that have been agreed upon by the group. Back to group counseling. Group counseling is one type of counseling that is often applied in an educational settings. In group counseling, generally emphasize the remedial process and achieving optimal functions. Group counseling and not experiencing personality function disorders, but just our clients with normal circumstance. If a person or people with personality function disorders, it just can be what I say can be solved with psychotherapists with group psychotherapy. Okay, I think that just about covers group approaches. And let's moving on to the next section. Let's take a look at some kind of strength and weaknesses. From Prawitasari, Latipun, and Prayitno, according to them, that they have stated that currently group counseling have been applied in various institutions such as schools, hospitals, companies, and the wider community to overcome health problems, antisocial behavior, education and adolescence, etc. But there are various advantages using group as a learning process and efforts to assist clients in solving problems. As stated by George and Christiani from 1981, as follow. The benefits of this group counseling is efficient because counselor can provide service to many more clients. Group counseling provides a social interpersonal context in which to work on interpersonal problems. Number 3, clients have the opportunity to practice a new behavior. Number 4, it enables clients to put their problems in perspective and to understanding how they are similar to and different from others. Number 5, clients form a support system for each others. Number 6, clients can learn about interpersonal communication skills, and the last, clients are given the opportunity to give as well as to receive help. But however, these benefits are not always obtained. According to Kabusi and Gross in 1991, it's depending on the accuracy of the response, the ability of the counselor to manage the group, the client's willingness to follow the group process, and the client's trust of parties involved in the counseling process. Okay, we've looked at some kind of strength and weaknesses of this counseling groups. Next, we'll moving on to the next section. I'd like to take a look at group counseling interaction. In the group counseling interaction, there are many patterns interaction in a group. In group counseling that has been developed is a dynamic where the counselor pay attention to all his clients, as well as every member of the group gives attention to each other. This is the relationship pattern created in an equal relationship between clients and their counselor, helping in managing group dynamics. Okay, so that concludes about group counseling interaction. And finally, uh, what's what we've talked about, and let's summarize it. Sorry. Um, um, uh, that brings us to the end of the final section. Now, I'd like to summarize that group counseling is a dynamic interpersonal interpersonal process focusing on conscious truth and behavior and involving the therapy functions of permissiveness, orientation to reality, um, catharsis, and mutual trust, caring, understanding, acceptance, and support. Which is group counseling can be effectively used in an educational settings because it can be implemented to help clients overcome problems related to everyday life, especially for students' problems. In group counseling that has been developed is a dynamic where the counselor pays attention to all his clients as well as every member of the group gives attention to each other. Okay, it's a wrap. That brings us to the end of my presentation. I'd like to finish by thanking you all for coming today and for sure putting your attention and interest in this socialization. Does anyone have any question? I will be happy to answer your question now. Anyone? No one? Okay, it's totally great. It shows that you will understand what I say. Once again, thank you for coming today and putting your attention and interest in the socialization. I hope you can implement it from today's education. Thank you and see you next time. Bye.